we got 13 starters on our roster. Everybody's selfless. Like, I had individual conversations with each and every one of them, and they say, Coach, I don't care if I start. I don't care if I come off the bench, first, second, third guy. I don't care. I just want the team to be successful. 13 guys giving me the same response like, Coach, I don't care. This is rare. Speaks for all guys. Speaks for the culture that we're breeding here.
All right, welcome to the Tampa Bay Titans podcast. I'm your host, Byron. Today we got Dom, Rob, TK, and Daryl in the building. What's going on, fellas?
What's happening?
What's good?
It's been a minute since we did this, right? It's been a couple weeks, ain't it?
Yeah.
Been a while.
Yeah, maybe 4 weeks, maybe.
Before training camp, right?
Yeah,
That's the last time we did it.
yeah. It's been a minute. Yeah, we've been
Been
busy
locked
though.
in, though.
Yeah, we've been busy. We're making some moves.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You know, in my opinion, this is one of the bigger weekends in Tampa Bay's history, right? Bringing a pro basketball team to the city and doing it at the level that we're doing it at, and with all the people and the engagement and just everything that we're putting together. I think March 2nd is going to be a big day for the city, right? For all the basketball players, all the fans. So I'm really excited. I'm excited. All the work that we've been putting in, I'm anxious to really see it on the court. March 2nd, 3 p.m. Doors are going to open up at 1 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. What y'all think?
I think going back to December 21st, the first trial, right? And then you fast forward to now, that was 3 months ago. 3 months ago. And you look at, you know, and we talked up into the first tryout. You know, I think we got the dialogue going before we got to December 21st. And the dialogue was always about, we finna do it right. You know, professional, make sure we develop a culture and make sure it's a standard to follow. And, you know, we still got a lot of work to do, but, you know, we did that. We did it, you know what I mean? And again, we know the work ain't done, the work has just begun. But you always gotta take time to pat yourself on the back when you set a goal, you say you're gonna do it, and then you execute it. You gotta live in the moment sometimes in life, and you gotta pat yourself on the back.
Facts.
And just for me personally, man, you know, being next to y'all boys, doing this, you know, it's been great, you know what I'm saying? And then to bring it back to my high school, and we finna have our season at my high school, that's huge for me personally, you know what I'm saying? Going to Leto High School, my mom went to Leto, you know, my dad went to Leto, my sisters, you know, so my brothers. So to be able to go back to my high school and do it at my high school is huge. Huge.
Wow. Yeah, I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah,
Real big.
Nah, for
some
sure.
Roots, you got some roots at Leto.
That's because we've been going 100 miles an hour. We ain't had a chance to sit back and think about those type of little intricate details. Yeah. Just like we're going to TK, we're going to Jefferson, TK jersey in the hallway. You know, like, these are the things that we tapping into and we don't even realize it because we in the moment and we just at it. We just going. But we got to sit back and we got to realize that, damn, like, look what we doing, man. You know what I mean? Like, the community engagement is just some natural stuff we doing just off of just who we are. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, like, you know, I got to sit back and I'm like, damn, we actually at my high school, we about to do this at my high school. And I've been doing pre-draft there the last couple of years, you know what I'm saying? And we got the facility right next to my high school, so this is just another thing to add to it. But the Tampa Bay Titans organization this season finna be a special one. So, you know, for me, man, it's definitely something where, like, I'm sitting back and it's a lot of gratitude going on. Just grateful.
Absolutely.
And we got some hard-working young men, too.
Dude.
Yeah.
That's another thing that make it rewarding as well. These dudes doing everything we ask. You know what I mean? Still got a lot of work to do, but so far these dudes is when we give them a command, and we got to get on their ass. Rob, stay on them. You know, TK, stay on them. I'm on them, too. But overall, we got some great young men. You really do.
I agree. And like you were saying, just want to just say shout out to Leto and Jefferson High School. We definitely appreciate the collaboration with the Tampa Bay Titans and y'all making the connection extremely pleasant, and we just thank you because we know how difficult it is to get gyms here in this county, and for you guys to open up your doors for the Tampa Bay Titans. Even though Tone and I we're alumni at the two high schools, but it's still some strings that you guys have to pull, and we just are very, very appreciative. So thank you, Jefferson High School and Lato.
Yeah. Shout out to administrations at both schools.
Absolutely.
They've been instrumental in everything we're doing.
Absolutely.
I want to jump in real quick, and I just want to express my gratitude to the whole basketball community of Tampa. You know, for me, same as it's special for those two guys going back to their high schools and representing their high schools, having their ties, their roots back there. For me, moving here from a different country, from a different continent 3 years ago, and now having the chance to represent the whole basketball community of Tampa with this thing that we've been doing, I want to say thank you to the community for taking me in as one of their own, saying shout out to you guys for letting me being the head coach of that team and representing something bigger than all of us. And then tying into that, Hep already said we have some great young men. And the one thing that stands out to me, they already bought into the vision of committing something for the city. It's not about the 13 guys individually that we have right now. They already locked in. Like that slogan for the city, we can't leave the gym without. Like they get on our ass. Like, yo, we got to say for the city. This is for the city. Like we really have people in that organization. It starts with you all the way down to the last player, to Eli, the physio, to the people that clean the gym that come in. I think this is crazy what we've been doing over the since we started that rec league, 6 months ago, 7 months ago, what we've been doing for the basketball community here.
Last February, wasn't it?
You know, everything that we brought together, I think this is amazing, and all of that coming together on Sunday, it's gonna be a holiday for us. This is a celebration. As
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is a celebration. We got to pat ourselves on the back here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I want to say, man, it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, man. That's happening as far as you guys and the players and just whole staff that are helping out without being paid to. So, and the media team is really going crazy, busting their ass. So
definitely got to give y'all a shout out too.
Yeah, always make that
real.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, Hep, man, you had the video last week, man. You know, the one you had.
Which one?
The one you had for tickets. You seen? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bro, we got but with the media team, bro, they never miss.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
That's all I can say, bro. My media team never miss, man. Like
media been on point, you know. Make us all look good, make everybody look good for real. So they out of y'all, man, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I mean, we got a couple topics I got here. I'll just go down the list. First thing I want to talk about is the middle school.
Oh, Pierre, we
haven't had a podcast since those events, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the community engagement from those middle schools was next level, right? And we've been hit up probably 3 or 4 times to go to other schools, right? Coming to a school near you. But I like doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
I like pouring into the community.
It has to be, so for us, so I gotta shout out TK. TK always been a visionary. I'm a visionary too. When visionaries get together, this is what you see. Now, the execution part, when you're a visionary, you need help to execute the vision too. And that's where everybody else come in. You're a visionary as well. You are too. You too. I just think some people are more, I can do this, even if you don't know how the hell you're going to do it. We going to do this. I don't give a damn how we do it. We doing it. So I got to give him kudos because he put the pack in my back and said, they just turned us down, Greco. They ain't turned us down, but it was a conflict with the dates. When TK told me that, I reached out to Pierce. And, we put the spin on it with Black History Month. Because normally, that was unprecedented. You usually can't go into a school during school hours. Right. It normally don't happen.
Right.
For us to get that access, that was the stars aligning. That was some forward thinking, some visionary stuff. Relationships too, because I got a relationship there. But Nah, that engagement was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. That
We
was
had the
crazy,
whole
yeah.
It
school
was
out.
about 800-900 kids.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of
1,000
kids.
plus kids.
And it's going crazy too in there.
Yeah.
It's all going crazy.
And
There's
man,
a
the
lot
players did a
players
hell of a
loved it.
job.
The
Players
players
did a
loved
hell
it
of a
too.
job. Yep. Players did a hell of a job. The teachers did a hell of a job of just giving us, some support on it, supervising the kids, making sure that, one group came in, the next group left out peacefully. So it was dope, and I think that gave us the blueprint on what we need to do for the rest of the season. And as long as we running this team,
Right.
I think that's something we need to be open to doing. As long as you're running this team, even during the season.
Yeah, well, we're definitely open to doing it. Like, who's next? There's a couple
Who's
other
next?
schools. There's a couple schools that we've been in contact with already.
No, my bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I was waiting on to tell you who was next. And I
Okay.
know Greco, at first they had conflict with the dates. And now they reached back out after they saw the Pierce video.
Yeah.
Okay.
They was like, wow, this is fantastic.
Right.
Even though with Sly Middle School, they reached back out. I think they want us to come in on March 28th to actually do that. Either Sly or Greco want us to come in
Greco on March 28th.
March 28th. I think it's Greco. But both of them, they want us to come and do the same exact thing. And also they want to include a teacher-student game after we do what we do.
Oh,
Then
that'd
have
be cool.
a teacher-student game. And I would like to see,
Get the content of that. It'd be dope content.
absolutely, and with the students, they need to have junior Titans gear, I would think. You know what I'm saying? So they can play against the teacher, and even if we can, give the teachers a shirt or something so they can compete. But that community engagement piece is definitely huge, and we couldn't get it done with, like what Tone was saying, with the collaborative effort of everyone.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. It's just something we got to be open to doing for the rest of the season. I mean, and I want to ask you this, Coach Rob, did you feel like we still got a productive practice in? Because I do.
No,
Like,
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
We went over,
Right.
we definitely doubled down on the X's and O's part. We
Yeah.
got some live action out of there.
It was good.
Like some transition stuff, and the kids loved it.
Yeah.
They made us feel like rock stars. Let's
Well,
be honest.
I got to give you a shout out too, because I called you the day before, like, Coach, this is how this got to go for it to work, and you executed. You did. You was on. You made sure the players got out there, did what they were supposed to do when it was time to do their work, and then now get y'all ass over there. This is how you gonna sell jerseys. You got to engage. You got to be, you got to be in tune with the kids. You know what I mean? And so I got to give you kudos too. It was a collective thing. Everybody did their part. Dom did his part. Byron did his part. Everybody did their part, man. So, but this is a huge piece to how we're going to continue to get visibility within the Bay Area, and through that community engagement, promoting our Junior Titans program. I mean, it's like we killing 3-4 birds with one stone.
Absolutely.
That's what we doing
Hey,
by
Byron.
going into the schools.
I agree. Hey, Byron, you know what I like the most about that Pierce engagement? Even though, for one, the kids. For two, we had a full practice. It was a productive practice. But three, when you interview the assistant principals
Right.
and the people that's at the middle school,
Right.
and made them, even at Lato, and made them feel involved and a part of it.
And important, yeah.
And important. And being on that podcast and them being able to share their insight, their thoughts, I think that's huge. And also moving forward, that's what we got to continue to do because of people don't really understand how hard and the work that's put in these public schools and dealing with tons of kids. Sometimes they need the light shine on them because they're doing a good job and allowing us to come in there and do the community engagement and tying it in with Black history, being a Black-owned team. Cause shout out to you and Dom. It was just a beautiful scene for you to get out there and just to give them the mic for a minute.
Yep.
It also give us a chance, and we doing this politically correct the way we doing this, not to ruffle no feathers, right? We preach culture and standard, right? So me and TK, 4 years ago, me and TK went in front of the school board and we spoke on culture and standard within Hillsborough County schools, middle school in particular. just speaking on how we got to do more. We got to do more to prepare the kids for high school. You know, middle school is your start before you get to high school. You can't get to high school and be behind and expect by the time you're a junior or senior to be ready for college. So
Impossible.
So me and TK spoke on this 4 years ago. We can use these community engagements when we sitting down and we got an administrator at the desk,
Right.
not to ruffle feathers, but just to bring awareness to how it has to change.
Right.
The culture and the standard got to change. We can do it through our pro team, but also through our Junior Titans program. But I think having a dialogue, and I know we just kind of freestyled it. You know, I sent over some people to you. You did a good job. You professional always. But we got to get a better dialogue when we sitting these administrators down and we talking. Let's ask some specific questions, be on point with our questions, and even just with the dialogue, period.
Right.
Because I think it can spark some change. I think it really can.
Absolutely.
The media controls a lot.
Yep.
Once you start putting this information out there,
Right.
and this information is something that people need to hear. I don't think the majority of the people in the Bay Area know that high school winter sports have to get their own ride to away games because they took busing away.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
The general public don't know that.
I didn't know.
Yeah, I know that because Miles is in
Yeah.
7th grade.
So when me and
And we got to
TK,
take him to the game.
Some of that stemmed from
Funding.
not enough drivers to drive the buses, because right now some bus drivers are leaving one school, taking a trip, going to pick up another kid while they still waiting to be taken home. They'll go back and pick those kids up and take them home because they down with bus drivers. You know what I'm saying?
Funding?
So, funding.
In Hillsborough County?
Funding.
All these
And
schools out here, we gotta figure that out.
yeah, it's public record. We can look and see where the funding is going, you know. But again, this is going to ruffle some feathers, trust me. It's definitely going to ruffle some feathers. People don't like to be called out, but we think about the kids, and we just got to do it. So when we going into these schools, let's use that as an opportunity. When we get these administrators up, to just speak on that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to spark some change. I know it is.
And
You know what I'm saying? The media moves the needle. And speaking on it, I think we can spark some change.
And one of the biggest pieces outside of transportation is, shout out to all the coaches, you're doing a great job, but our kids need coaches, real coaches that actually play the sport.
Not dads that just don't have no experience.
Yeah, because unfortunately Hillsborough County only pays $2,500 for the season for a coach. You know what I'm saying? That's just
That's over 5 months.
That's their stipend. And with that being said, is a lot of volunteers. So who's ever available to coach, that's who gets the job pretty much. Because a lot of people are not just going to settle for $2,500 a month. And when our coaches do well, they get better opportunities to go elsewhere. And so now it's back into the same boat. Our coaches do well, they leave and go somewhere else where they're paying. Now we back to the substitute. Not the substitute, but the math teacher or the librarian. Earth science teacher. So now I think we need to focus on also trying to get our coaches paid, to get them to build nice programs, to get our kids the right exposure.
All right, so another budgeting issue.
Correct.
So it starts with the money.
And so they say. To me, it's misappropriation of funds. I think you using $100,000 over here for this, but why the hell y'all took the buses away? That makes no sense. It's gonna be less kids. Some kids come from homes where the parents ain't got no transportation, so now the kid just gonna quit. He ain't gonna play. He can't get to the game. You know what I mean? So it's a trickle down effect that I don't think the people in the school board realize that. If you actually, put more into, the kids that's middle school, high school, that's on that level, you're going to have more kids going to college, finishing college, even if they don't make it pro, finish college, and you come back to your community, and they pouring back into their community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so is that for all sports or just basketball?
It's winter sports.
Okay, so it was
Winter sports.
Is
I
that?
got you.
Let me ask you this: is it just Hillsborough County, or is it throughout the entire state of Florida?
From what we know, it's Hillsborough County.
Hillsborough
So
County.
it's only Hillsborough County.
Yeah.
For right now.
Okay, so if it's only Hillsborough County, then it definitely could be changed.
And another problem with the buses is it started off from parents complaining also. For instance, if I live on this side of town and we go take the bus to go to our away game, parents are saying, we don't want to ride the bus back. We want to take our kids here and pick them up from this game and bring them home. So now it's only one kid on the bus left. So they were saying that there's no point of getting a bus there and back when kids are not going to be on the bus on the way back. And parents like, I'm not going to come pick up my kid way over here when I can just get it from here and come right here. It's on my side of town. It's too much complaining going on. So it needs to be a way of, this is what it is. This is mandatory. Whoever rides this bus
rides home,
rides it back. If you're going to pick up our kids from here, you cannot leave from this area. But that was some of the confusion that was.
That's how it used to be, though. You gotta ride the bus there, ride the bus back.
Yeah.
That's how it used to be.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be, man.
Yeah.
So that's what some of it, the problem was.
I know we just went down a rabbit hole, but it's important though, bro. It is, man. Shit is important. Trust me.
Now
And
you guys said some good stuff there, some important stuff. I don't think a lot of people knew about either.
Yeah,
So that's good.
Junior Titans is gonna be a real thing. So this is tied in with the Junior Titans, in my opinion. I think starting our Junior Titan program, setting that culture, that standard, I think can rub off on sparking some change in the city.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys feel about our squad? Right? Do you think we got enough to take this thing all the way? I mean, we got some pretty big names. We got some guys that have played at a high level. The practices are intense, right? But the TBL competition, from what I've seen, is up there. It's pretty good. You think we got enough to compete?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, as Dom said, of course. I think you said names, individual talent. I think that's without a question, right? Individually, we up there. Second week of like the small group practices now, we finally cut down to 12, 13 guys. We've seen progress every day. Like we had that closing speech on Wednesday. Of course, me as a coach, I'm never really satisfied with anything I see because we're striving for perfection, right? There's always an angle you can change on the pick and roll. There's always better timing you can have on the cut. Defensive rotations could be more on point. But from where we started, even after training camp, to where we are now, I think guys buying into the system, guys buying into playing for each other, competing with each other 4 minutes, making each other better, holding each other accountable. Just seeing how much we can still laugh and smile at a practice that is mad competitive. I think, man, once we grow into this 4 or 5 more weeks down the road from now, I think we're gonna have a solid squad for sure. I mean, everybody already talking about playoffs and finals and going deep, and I think if we all like work together like we've been doing this for the last 3 months now, I think we have a realistic chance of taking this far. But this only goes so far as we can work it to collectively, right? And the players still buy in. And I think, man, I'm very happy with the development I see over the last 2 weeks.
And the players have bought in, you said, as well.
Players bought in, for
I
sure.
could tell some of the guys have bought in because you guys were at practice last night, and it wasn't even a practice. It was just some extra.
Still half of the team showed up.
I seen guys in the group chat saying, hey, let's get some extra run in. And next thing you know, I see you two guys out there.
It was our starters too, so that's we got a special group. We got a special group. Me personally, I don't really do predictions, but I'm gonna just echo some of the things I said when you asked me that after training camp. Well, after the last scrimmage we had, and I'm gonna just say that we got a group that plays so damn hard. Coach Rob coaching style that's me and TK's same mindset, the way he coach. That's why this works. You know what I mean? So the expectation we put on our guys, one thing we know for sure, we gonna compete. So like I was saying in you know the interview we had at Lato, buckle up when y'all play us because you know we playing hard until the time run out. And these guys, just going back to training camp, it was no easy buckets. It was nothing easy. I think that's to me, that sign right there, you can kind of foresee how our season is going to go, as long as we continue to keep that mentality.
Right.
I don't like to do predictions. I don't like to say we finna win this many games and lose this many games. I just know that if we can keep that mindset, that's a winning mentality. when you know that you got a team that's finna go out here and compete until the clock go off. So, you know, I feel confident. If I was a betting man, I put the house on saying that our guys gonna compete, you know, until the end of the game.
Like Tone, like Rob just said, our guys since day one, they really tried to make this team. Yeah. They wanted to be a part of what we're building here. They show it every day, and now we're down to our roster. Just being at practice, watching them practice, they really bought in defensively. I think everyone is satisfied with the defensive effort. Also, like Rob was saying, we can always improve on timing, spacing, when to cut, when not to cut, rotations. But echoing off Tone, our guys going to be ready to play. Right. They're going to put their best foot forward, and I think we'll be able to put ourselves in a position to win if we can keep our opponents between that 60 point or 70-point range. Mm-hmm. That's a good defensive night.
That's a great defensive night.
You know what I mean? They get locked up there.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great defensive night because a lot of the times they be scoring in the hundreds. Because it's 48 minutes, so.
Scrimmages, we were what? One we had like 60, the other was 78, so we right there.
Yeah.
They shout out to Cleve, man.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
yo.
Yeah, because the reason I say that is because of you know what I'm saying, we so what? We lost some offensive power. Some of our power is sick right now. But defensively, we still have that.
Yeah.
We're going to give our team the best chance to win if we can come out here and compete defensively and hold in between that 60-70 range. Mm-hmm. And then also with our offensive firepower, if we can play above that, I think we have a great chance of getting further into the playoffs and then to the main vision, getting to a championship, right, if we can sustain that.
Yeah, with the two scrimmages that we had, one thing I noticed is that our guys are exciting to watch.
Yeah.
Like, I was engaged, locked in. Like, you know, even though we were up, I don't know, 50, 60, or whatever it is we up, I'm still locked in, hype, watching it as if it's a close game. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking forward to kind of seeing what the public reaction is to our team. Like, you know, because you know you're going to have those fan favorites. You had mentioned earlier about Cleve probably being a fan favorite. You know, you're going to have these guys that the community's going to buy into. So I'm anxious to kind of see how that thing goes and just how everything kind of gets put together. So,
yeah, just kind of speaking on personnel too, because we don't really speak on like individuals. Like, well, Cleve name that came up a lot, and that's crazy because Cleve don't do it the pretty way. He do it the ugly way.
Gritty way.
And his
Gritty
name
way,
is the
yeah.
gritty way. And his name being mentioned
way.
a lot. But just speaking on some other guys, we looking at Nas to lead us in a lot of different ways. Tampa kid, you know, doing this thing out here outside of the Titans. But since he, you know, came into the organization, I've been impressed with the way he been moving. I've been impressed, you know. We just got to continue to get better every day and know that the work ain't done. Every day you wake up, you still got to clock in and get ready to put the work in. So feel confident with what Nas going to bring to the table. Vern got to get healthy. Vern is another guy that we put some expectation on to kind of be another option to get us a bucket when we need a bucket.
Bryce Beamer.
Bryce Beamer, Justin Blanks, those two guys didn't participate in training camp, but been going hard since that.
Due to injury.
Due to injury. That's why they didn't participate in training camp. But we need to get both of those guys 100% healthy because either one of them not 100% right now. Yeah. We get those guys 100%. I think we can put more expectation on those guys as well. Both of them talented. Both of them they well-rounded, both of them, to be honest. Both of them can score, but both of them can play make. They hoop us. They hoop us. And then we can go down the line some more. I was watching TK last night. TK took Chase and Bryce Workman through some stuff last night. And I'm starting to Chase bars, man, impressing me, man. Like, he just keep getting better every day. He got a soft touch around the basket. Like, I really think that kid is like, I think he on the way up. Like, he really is.
Still.
He's on the way up.
No,
He got
he's
nice
super young,
size.
man.
He young. He got nice size. He got the length. soft touch around the basket. So definitely finna look to him to be a post presence down low. And then when you talk about, Bryce Workman and Bryce Moraine, both of those guys play hard as hell and they just tough-nosed. So just to speak on some of our personnel, and let me give my boy Francis a shout out too. Francis, keep showing up, keep doing what you're doing too, because I see you. I see you. Showing up every day, always smiling. Every time you talk to him, the kid is locked in on what you're saying. He got good size. He going up too. He's going up too. So that's about 6 or 7 guys we just talked about. And then even the guys outside of that, I think we can still expect some great things from the guys outside of that.
Yeah, he got some good talent off the bench, too.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
We easily got starters, on another team coming off our bench.
That's a big shout out to the guys.
And
like,
the guys
they
in
are
reserves,
selfless.
too.
You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we got 13 starters on our roster. Everybody's selfless.
Yeah.
Like I had individual conversation with each and every one of them, and they say, "Coach, I don't care if I start. I don't care if I come off the bench, first, second, third guy. I don't care. I just want the team to be successful." And that you don't find that any day of the week. Like having 13 guys giving me the same response, like, "Coach, I don't care." This is rare. Speaks for all guys. Speaks for the culture that we're breeding here.
I think both analogies and analysis were great about the team. I just want them to get the mental part down pat. That's it. As in every game, every practice. You never know who watching. Also, one of my biggest fears were when I played was if I was to ever be at a table with a whole bunch of hoopers and there was some girls around, I don't want nobody to be like, "Boy, you remember when I was killing you? I was taking you up through there. I was killing you." Like, that was one of my biggest fears. And so that's what made me, ain't no way, I can sit at a lot of these tables, any table, and I can say on the opposite end, man, I held my own. You ain't killed me. I was locking that up. I want them to have that level of pride. Like, that's kind of the worst conversation to be a part of. If you sit at a table with a group of dudes and some females, and somebody just talking about how they was killing you the night before, negative. Can't have that. So I know it sounds funny, but I want them to get that aspect as in, man, it ain't no games being played. Like, after this game, salute. Good job, boy. You really did your thing tonight. I want them to go out there and give that type of effort to somebody feel like, you know what? That boy a hooper. That boy a baller.
Or competitor.
Or competitor.
Because, like, for me, my skill caught up later, as I continue to develop in my career. But one thing about it, that mentality you talking about, I'll foul out the fucking game. If you score on me twice, bro, I'm mad, bro. I'm mad at that. The next time you try to score, you getting whacked. And I'm going to put you on the line, and it's done been guys who've been more talented than me. But at the end of the day, my pride just wouldn't let somebody just fucking just kill it. It's not happening. It's not happening. I think our guys got that mentality, though. Our guys got that mentality.
A couple of them definitely got that.
Yeah, I feel like all of them do, bro. To be honest, like even like Cleve was rubbing off on Ken in that last preseason game because Ken looked like Cleve. Ken looked like Cleve in that last preseason game we had, bro.
Nah, he did.
Ken was everywhere, bro.
He was.
He was everywhere. And then it opened up some offense for him. You know what I mean? So I think the mentality we teaching, the culture we teaching is contagious. And to your point, TK, I feel like our guys got it already. We just got to continue to preach it. And then Coach Rob got the responsibility of making sure that, because this is something that I fear too, our best guys getting in foul trouble, right? Because the mentality on defense, you know what I'm saying? So we still got to move your feet. You got to stick to your defensive principles. You said this to me the other day, though. We gonna put pressure on the refs to say that's not a foul. They just playing hard. You know what I'm saying? So the way you do that is by fucking sticking to your defensive principles and not just out there just whacking people. Move your feet, get in place, play hard. You know what I'm saying? But put some pressure on the referees to say, nah, that's just good defense. I think that is going to be a challenge for us, though, to start off, because our guys play hard as hell.
They do.
So
one thing we got to make sure you preach to the guys is about the referees.
Yeah.
TBL, the league will come down on you hard, fine you and stuff like that if you're.
Yeah, talking to the
I
refs.
already know that.
So
yeah,
we got to
yeah,
make sure that we
yeah.
let these guys know, like,
It's
hey,
6 fouls?
yeah, six
Yeah,
fouls.
yeah,
Six.
Six.
Yeah,
fouls.
6 fouls.
They're
That's
doing
good.
a good job with that because like some of them games, we didn't have 3 refs, we have 2. Of
Yeah.
course, they was getting fouled.
Yep.
They did a really
Guys
good
kept
job.
playing.
They kept playing through it,
Yeah.
even in practices. They keep playing through it. Then
Facts. Mm-hmm.
y'all getting whacked in practice. Keep playing through it. They ain't yelling. And then at the same time, they not stopping. And at the offensive end, they still sprint back on defense after they got
They're
whacked.
playing through it, yeah.
They're playing through it. So
That's
that's
good.
That's amazing.
I just
Sure.
want to give one more shout out to all my assistant coaches out there, man.
Absolutely.
Like without them, they've been hustling to 2-3 jobs, driving down to Fort Myers and
Right.
back. Coach Mo coming from Ruskin every day. Like these guys been grinding just as much as we do, just to be there and have a chance to be on the court with us. And I couldn't do anything in practice without them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you
everybody,
gotta-
Mo,
yeah.
Kenny,
Yeah.
Khalil, Will, Peyton, whoever showed up in some kind of capacity to give something to their play, share their expertise, give us the energy and time,
Respect.
man. Thank you for this. This is
Respect.
more than I ever could ask for.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah, you got a great
Great
staff,
coaching
yeah.
staff. Great coaching staff.
We about to take care of our people.
Yeah.
We about to take care of our people. We finna turn it up, keep doing what we doing. We need to get more supporters. More, and when I say supporters, I mean sponsors. Cause we about to take care of our people. And all this stuff you saying ain't gonna go unnoticed. You know what I mean? Like, we taking notes. We see who coming in and being loyal. We see who see the vision.
Right.
You know, because we preach the vision from the beginning. If you want to be a part of this, you got to see the vision.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you got to see the vision. So we got a lot of quality people within our organization who ain't been paid, ain't got nothing, and you're doing a good job. Don't think that I'm saying that, you know, I'm just saying that to say we got something great, that we got people who are quality people who coming to work for us, and they know that it's going to be a paycheck coming.
Right.
It's just not right now. You know what I mean? Says a lot about what we're trying to build.
It does.
Says a lot, bro.
Yeah. It
Really does.
It says it says a lot about how people view us
Yeah.
and how the you know the public perception.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I've noticed in this whole basketball world, right, is there's a lot of unexpected things that happen. Right. This player sends you a text message saying, "Hey, I'm not playing," or "This guy's hurt," or we just had the one guy who was going to do that thing for us, and he said he can't do it. So there's a lot of unexpected. But it's good to have the right people around you that say, "Okay, all right, this happened. It is what it is. Let's figure something out." Right, and that's what we're in the middle of doing right now when it comes to our announcer.
Yeah.
Right.
Rob, you remember we did that when Shaq couldn't show up?
Yep.
Shout out to Shaq Spates, my dude.
Yep.
I called him last minute, and he committed. Then he decommitted the day of.
Right.
But you remember what I told you?
Made it work, man.
Yeah, I said
gonna
we
figure it
gotta-
out.
Exactly.
We're gonna figure it out.
It's gonna be a lot of that this year.
That's
man.
what I'm noticing because it's
Yeah, let's
already
get ready for it.
We
It's
had
gonna happen.
You know, like not to go into detail, but we had a couple of players decommit.
Yeah.
Devin and Antonio.
Yeah.
Those were players that we were looking at initially as being
Big pieces.
big pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I'm not gonna say Antonio decommitted. I'm not gonna say that. I'm just gonna say it. It
Didn't
just
work
It
out.
didn't work out.
Didn't work out.
That's all. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of that. And then we had a couple guys show up to practice the other day just to check out and see what we were doing. So there's a lot of moving pieces with this thing,
Yeah.
But we got to just make sure that the one thing stays, and that's the culture and standard that you guys are preaching.
And ain't nobody
Regardless of
above
who we
it.
got, and regardless of who
Nobody
we got
above it.
personnel, yeah, it's just what it is.
Nobody above it.
Yeah. TBL season starts today, right? We don't play today, but there's several teams in the TBL that are actually playing today. Are there any teams to watch? Anybody that we should be paying attention to? Because I think the TBL TV actually, I'll give you guys access to that, so we can get on there and see what's going on, and maybe watch a couple of these games, do some scouting if we want to.
I just got a text from Rodney Simeon just now.
He said,
Put me on the roster, coach.
that what he said?
Look, and I want to go back into something real quick. I know you just moved on to another subject, but we gotta trust each other. We gotta trust each other. We gotta understand what the team needs throughout the season. And we never gonna go away from the culture and standard. If we bring a guy in and he not living up to the standard, but I think we got to be ready to make moves when moves got to be made. We ain't know Vern was gonna have tonsillitis. We got Vern on the roster right now. That can be Cleve's spot, you know, or RJ Roden's spot. You know what I mean? So we got to be ready. Look, if it's good for the team, we got to be open to making that move.
Right.
And everybody ain't perfect, you know. Some people got little flaws about them, but I do think because of the standard we set, we changing some of that with guys. They want to fucking buy into what we selling. You know what I mean? So lean on that. Lean on that because the standard been set. You building up your resume too. You building up your resume. It's gonna get to the point where it's like guys come in and they already know. I can't do this. I can't do that. They got to be done this way and this way only. You know what I mean? So lean on that when they come to making changes with the roster. This is the TBL, man. Guys can't quit their day job. So unfortunately, we might have this person unavailable, this person unavailable. This guy might go get a job here. This guy might go get a job there. We got to be ready to adapt.
Right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I only said that about Rodney because we talked, and you talked to him too, Dom. And, the kid is, first off, ready to come down for free after he went through 2 tryouts, 1 tryout. Training camp, did a great job in
4 or
training
5
camp.
days there.
Great job in training camp.
Right.
And then the kid got a little buzz about him. He got something in him that I like,
Right.
That I think can help our team. We ain't 100% sure, but I know he want to come and he willing to prove himself again.
But I always like Rodney Simeon.
Me too.
Always.
But for him
can
to
hoop,
want
though,
to come
isn't
back and
he?
improve himself again, like,
always liked him.
says a lot about what we doing, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Tell him stay in shape.
I told him that when I talked to him 2 days ago.
Tell him to run.
Yeah. By the phone is-
Nah, well,
Every time I see him on Instagram, he's in the gym.
Nah, he is. He is.
Every time I see him.
But to your point, a guy like him, a guy like Rodney Smith Jr., a guy like fucking Quinnell Q,
Right.
come do a 4 week of practice. At the end of the week of practice, we sit down together and say, hey, he look good. He look good this week.
Right.
Maybe we consider
Right.
moving him in at 12. Maybe we consider. Maybe we don't. Hey, you got to come back for another week. Meanwhile, continue to get our sponsorships, continue to get our ticket sales, sell merch. Then we can get creative and say, look, okay, we'll pay you per game. We can't give you a contract.
Right.
We got this for you per game. You know what I mean? Anything to make sure that we can continue to get wins, Coach.
Right.
We got to get wins.
Right.
You know what I mean?
'Cause we got
can't
2
have no
guys-
fall off.
Because we got 2 guys right now that are on the roster that we can't even use.
Yeah.
Or one guy.
RJ is back. but
RJ's he's back right now.
He's back 100%.
He's gonna play.
But Vern is out.
Yeah, Burns out.
That would
Vern's
be
out.
Cleve's spot right there.
RJ on the active roster right
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's
active,
good.
yeah, he's back.
RJ looked
Yeah.
good the other day, you know, besides the
So he was
little,
actually moving around a little bit.
No,
in practice.
but he caught a lob and that. Like,
caught a
he
lob
good,
and
like-
almost hit his head.
Yeah, bro.
on the rim?
His leg is good. Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah, because it might just be a matchup thing. We could say, all right, this team got more guards or they got more bigs, and we want to move somebody out.
Yeah.
Will be matchup
It might not
thing,
even be you just not playing good. It might just be a
Matchup.
coach's
And
decision
guys gotta
because of
understand
matchup.
that.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
So you a student of the game.
Yeah.
We gotta do once we play every team once, then we gonna break down
already
them scouting
know, yeah.
reports.
Yeah, we'll know.
You know what I mean? Right now we kinda in the blind.
Not
We
even play every team because remember we're gonna have the TBO TV access,
right.
so we'll be able to watch who they play.
Right.
If they play
they
tonight,
upload it to the back end anyways. We
You know
get
what I'm saying?
access to all the games.
yeah, so I'll be able
Right.
to see who's who. We'll be able to watch and be like, all right,
Okay.
they got So we'll make adjustments on the fly. And then when do we have to actually have the rosters in by Tuesday?
Yeah, there's something. I don't know if the league is listening to this, watching this. This is just from a coach's perspective. I wish we had shorter time frame between submitting the rosters and the actual
When
game.
is it? How does it
So
go?
right now we have to submit the roster. I had that conversation with Cleve and Ken the other day as we were uncertain about RJ and Vern. I had to submit the rosters last week on Friday.
So last Friday,
Last
for
Friday
this weekend's games.
this weekend Sunday, we get Sunday's game. So in that span, exactly what could have happened. People got hurt, people got sick. This is just tough for me.
Yeah,
So
that's
that conversation
ridiculous.
I had with Cleve and Ken was, you earned your way into the 12-man rotation, especially with these two guys being out. I had to submit it right after training camp.
But what does the
And
league
based
say
on-
what does the league say about that? What's the reason why
So
they
yeah,
have to submit it
maybe
so
a bit of
early?
background. That's good. Yeah, so as long as we have 8 players eligible to play,
Okay.
there's no roster changes being made after that Tuesday deadline. So if somebody gets hurt between Tuesday and weekend game time, we can't make any changes as long as we have 8 players.
So Tuesday, we submit the roster for games Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Exactly.
Sunday. It was just this one time
This
we,
one,
had to
yes.
do it, we had to do it Friday.
Yep.
Okay, so moving forward, it'll be Tuesday.
Every Tuesday we gotta submit the
So
rosters.
you got a little bit of time.
And this is maybe
Yeah.
another thing that, again, I'm not here to critique anyone. Just speaking from a coach's perspective, there is in the TBL schedule we have back-to-back games, right? And so this next week we play Thursday, Friday. I am not allowed to change game on game basis. So by Tuesday I have to submit the rosters for both games.
Right.
Even if somebody get hurt on Thursday,
insane.
I cannot change them out for Friday.
That's insane.
It's crazy. It's not fair, to be honest.
I saw especially with teams like us carrying 13, 14, 15 players back-to-back games, there is somebody I might play Thursday and not on Friday. And I'm going to
Well, I think a
in and
lot of
out.
that though is FIBA though, right? Because FIBA only allows 12 active players on
12
the roster.
active, 12 active players. That's what the FIBA
Right.
standards say.
Right,
yeah.
and I think with the
on
league,
top of that,
I think what the league wants is they don't want guys day of or the day before. You know,
Swapping in there, swapping out.
yeah, swapping guys in, swapping guys out. So you got to put something. I think Tuesday for a weekend, Tuesday, Wednesday.
We gotta let our guys know, even though they know they're competing for minutes, but letting them know, hey, you don't got all week to impress the coach.
Yeah.
You only got, like, we play Sunday, we off Monday.
Then
Now
Tuesday,
you
I gotta submit the
You
roster.
gotta send the roster.
Yeah.
So now Tuesday this is before we even practice.
So the
Right.
week before, you know what I'm saying?
The
Like,
week
if you want to play 2 weeks in advance, you gotta impress me now.
Right.
If you want to play 2 weeks down the road, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think we're a rare team because we got so much talent.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these teams probably got 10, 12 guys.
Another thing,
So they ain't really having this conversation. Probably, I don't think.
one more thing we have to put in consideration that all of our guys have to be on the floor for 4 games in regular season to be able to
That's
play in
what
the
I wanted to
playoffs.
ask you.
So we
Okay.
have to rotate roster regardless because I want all of our players to be able to play in the playoffs
Facts.
because we don't know injuries, whatever happens. All of our 14, 13 guys
got
gotta
that?
play in 4 regular season games.
With that being said, with that 4-game minimum, you know guys coming home from overseas soon, right? We got some guys coming home from overseas. I want to use these first 4 games of our season, 4 or 5 games, right? Because after we play Raleigh that second time, that's going to be our 5th game, right? I want to use that, and I want to kind of recruit some other guys. Now, the only guys that I would bring in, and this ain't 100% sure, but I want us to be open to it. Just because the guys who don't make the playoffs who coming home from overseas, they finna start coming home in March. We got to be open. If we got a 6'8", 6'9", stud, you know, that would play for what we can pay them, I think we got to be open to bringing a guy like that in on the roster. So with that being said, those things will have to happen before the 10-game mark, basically. If they got to get 4 games in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It would have to happen by the 10-game mark. So that'll put us probably almost to April. And it should be a considerable amount of guys home during that time. And that's just something I want to put on y'all radar because, you know, I get DMs all the time. One of the kids who was in my pro day just hit me up. He played at St. Bonaventure last year. He's in Belgrade right now. He in Serbia. But his team suck. So he'll be home soon. And he was asking me, you know what I mean? And then I got another kid, played at Northern Illinois, about 6'10", high-jumping kid, the one that was the high-jumping kid last year from my pro day.
Yeah.
He was inquiring too, asking. So I just want to be open to that. We got our squad, but I think we should be open to doing something like that, depending on how the season goes. Maybe we 5-0 at that point, and maybe we say, yeah, we don't need to make no
Well, maybe
roster
somebody
changes.
gets hurt and we need somebody.
Yeah, that too.
You never know.
Yeah.
And then, like,
Maybe
look,
somebody quits, somebody goes overseas. There's all types of different scenarios.
and then this too, look. So I talked to Chase and Bryce yesterday at Workman, right? The expectation we put on our guys, this ain't no pressure, but this is the expectation. You a pro. What I told you about JJ. JJ better show me something tomorrow. JJ better show me something tomorrow. I like him as a kid, but I'm just talking about being a pro. I need to see more. So I know you're gonna play him a lot. You got an opportunity. Coach Rob putting you in the game.
Yeah.
If you ain't hitting no shots, I better see it on the defensive end. You better be doing what Cleve do. You know what I mean?
That goes for everybody though too.
Of course. But I'm just, when I think about individuals like with Chase and Bryce, right? In that paint, I'm expecting to see certain things.
Yeah.
If I'm not seeing it, I gotta go look elsewhere.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Facts.
That's what'll happen if you overseas.
Immediately.
That's what'll happen if you in the G League.
It's happening in the NBA. That's what happens anywhere.
That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So guys gotta be living up to the expectation. And
Yeah.
if you're not, your replacement is on the way.
right.
This is what it is to be a pro. So us as a front office and coaching staff, we gotta be ready to make those type of moves.
Right.
This is about the team.
Right.
When Nico Harris traded Luka, he felt like that was best for the Mavericks. You know, and his job might not last. We don't know. But at the end of the day,
Yeah, I don't know about that decision there.
yeah, at the end of the
That
day,
might come back and bite you. That
he
one there.
feel like it was the right decision. You know what I
3-4
mean?
years, you might look back and say, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, that's true.
You passed up. Remember they passed up on KD? What was the team that passed up on KD and they
Bunch
took
of teams.
Yeah,
Well, nah, KD went second, right?
yeah.
KD was the
They
second
took
pick.
Greg Oden.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
The Blazers.
Yeah, that was a big one there.
The Blazers passed up on Jordan too.
Pistons to Darko Milicic.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean,
UFC fighter now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. They should have took Melo
Melo, all of
D Wade.
or D Wade.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Crazy.
so I know we don't know a lot about the league, right? Obviously, this is our first season. Are there any teams to watch outside of Potawatomi, St. Louis Griffins? Those are the last two teams that were in the championship the last 2 years. But anything, should we be concerned? Not concerned, that's the wrong word, but should we pay attention to anybody in our division?
All of it.
Pay attention to all of them.
Pay attention
Yeah.
to all of
See,
them.
there we go, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
Every last
Change
one.
every year, man. You know what I mean?
That's true.
It's a new team every single year. So
You guys are going to be impressed with the talent level, though.
I bet.
That's the one thing I can tell you. When I went and watched these teams play a couple years ago, the talent level, and you could tell it's grassroots basketball too. These kids are trying to make it.
we're locking up.
So it might be
Yeah.
might be an eye opener. The first 5-7 minutes for our guys.
Yeah, it's gonna
Hey,
be.
wait a
even though
minute. These guys are playing just as hard as us.
Facts.
Yeah.
It might be an eye opener.
I expect, like, even though we had those scrimmages, there will be some first game judges too. Like,
Yeah.
I expect guys come out the gate nervous.
Yeah.
That's all right. As you said, first 5, 6, 7 minutes is gonna be. It's a new platform for everybody, right?
And the gym,
The gym might be great.
we're expecting
The gym about to be crazy.
We're expecting the gym to have, we're selling a decent amount of tickets, selling VIP tickets, baseline tickets, selling a lot of general admission tickets. We're expecting some notable people to be in the building as well. You guys named a few guys played in the NFL, and so you said something about the schools. I wanted to ask you about that too. You said there's Pierce Middle School is bringing a couple hundred kids.
Yeah, Pierce, she committed to like 200. She gonna bring about 200 kids.
Wow.
She did a count.
With parents or just kids only?
Parents too, so it'll be parents included.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so the kids will be for free. The teachers, I want the teachers to be for free too, because they're gonna help supervise. But the parents, of course, are gonna pay.
Yeah.
So we need to have a list. We got to have that stuff organized when people
Yeah.
are arriving. It's
Yeah,
not
so-
a disruption.
Yeah,
Because
so
the kids need to be also given out too.
so I think we need to do a team call tonight. If we can't do it tonight, we need to do it tomorrow morning, for sure. Just with everybody, you know.
So you and I, let's jump on and let's kind of go over what we need to talk about, and then we can probably schedule it for tomorrow morning.
It's just, I think, game day itinerary
Yeah,
is
game day.
what should be the topic. Game day itinerary.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
There's a lot that
I
goes
kinda,
into
I kind of
that.
told you a little bit already. Like a big part of it is Lauren, Autumn, and Carrie, right? I'm gonna have my sisters working that front desk when people come in and ticket sales and all that. My 3 sisters will be at the desk, and then Carrie, Lauren, and Autumn, I feel like can escort people to where they're supposed to be seated.
the VIPs
You know what I
and all
mean?
that,
So
yeah.
Lauren with your wife, VIP. You know, Autumn and Carrie taking care of the general public, and then, people who are sideline seating.
Gotcha.
And then just making sure people sitting in the right space. I think the kids need to be in the same area.
Yeah.
All the kids.
And then also Pierce, he said, and it's a lot. That's 200 kids. We got Parks and Rec the North, South, East, and the West, they're going to combine together and come to the games. That's going to be about 200 kids as well.
So we're gonna have 400 to 500 kids there.
kids already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. So the concession, that was one question Rachel
bring
was
some
having.
snacks, man.
Because Rachel's doing the
Gotta
concession
load up.
and the VIP. So
We don't want to sell out. Well, let's make sure we got it.
let's make sure
Yeah,
we
no.
got
Just store it, whatever we don't sell.
Yeah,
but
that's
you
what
need
she's
to be
doing.
ready to like.
That's what she's doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Then on top of that, we have Children's Home Network. They're going to be about 20 kids. They're going to have a Bubba.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Not Bubba the Love Sponge.
I'm about
Bubba
to
is
say.
this.
Restaurant.
Nah, it's a group that they do. I think I saw. Did I send you the flyer?
No.
I sent you a flyer. They do a men's group once a month. At the it's about 150 kids. They do a men's group, and they pretty much play basketball, football, board games, a whole bunch of stuff. They do it once a month. They invited us out. I can share. Where's this at? They invited us out to come to that.
So how many kids is that gonna be?
That's gonna be 20 kids. He's gonna
I
bring.
heard something about Foster or something like that.
Yeah,
They
so-
came last
that-
game.
Well, that's so you know the girl Cynthia that helped us at the two.
Yeah.
So you know she's a foster care advocate.
Okay.
And she got a foster care program. So Maurice Stovall, a former Buck, is one of her partners. So they gonna bring. She didn't give me a count yet, but they putting together some stuff. They gonna bring some kids too.
for Sunday.
Yeah, but it won't be like 100. It'll be like probably 25, 30
Still,
kids.
The gym be
That's
buzzing,
good.
man.
Yeah, gym's gonna be jumping, and then that didn't include none of the tickets that we done
Right.
sold. That don't include
And the general public.
Then
And
you
then-
got the friends and family of
Yeah.
the
Showing up
players.
last minute. We still
Yeah.
got 1,000 more seats after
Yeah,
that
so yeah,
to be sold. So that's
There's somebody
1,500.
there like to like count like who's in the gym or whatnot as far as like capacity goes or whatnot. There'll be a person at the door doing.
No, probably not. But I think we doing it right by having one side out this first game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
let's see if we can fill it.
They got all the
Yeah.
ones set out because if
Let's-
not, it won't fit nothing else.
Let's see if we can fill it.
You remember
But I
the
think,
VIP stuff still and everything else over there.
I think this is a good conversation. Like I said, I'm excited for March 2nd, 3 p.m. Big day, a moment in Tampa Bay's history. I'm glad to be a part of it with you guys. But let's wrap this thing up. Let's go to work.
Still got a lot of work to do, fellas. But yeah, I'm happy to be a part of it with you guys too. The work has just begun, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's just continue to stay consistent with what we putting out here as far as culture and standard go. And we're gonna have to maneuver when we got to, but let's just stay consistent with that and we're gonna be good.
Yes, sir.